Good evening, teachers. Good evening to the listeners. I'm here with a topic of political self, which is the institutional factors about the political self. What does political self refers to? Political self refers to a representation of oneself about him or herself. Political position based on the interests and perspective of one social organization. Political self is that the conceptually discrete categories of inner and outer, and in reality constantly interact with the shape and inform each other. So next is, according to the researcher who is Maria Serena Diokno, from research on 1997, she said about political self and identity are developed through socialization to others, which through the ways of people learn the knowledge, which is norms, values, motives, and roles appropriate to their positions in a group or community. Through social interaction, people learn the status, duties, rights, and power necessary to interact successfully with other people in the group and community. And also, the political self is influenced and modified by the opinions, comments, and suggestions of other people. So let's talk about the political self theories. There are currently three self political theories that I have researched on my topic. So let's go to number one, which is social learning theory, which is conducted by the researcher of the name Albert Bandura. So political self theories, which is number one, which is social learning theory. It is a person can acquire learning through observation and imitation. And number two is observation and imitation is important in a process known political socialization. And political socialization is the lifelong process by which individuals gain knowledge about politics. So let's go to the second one, which is cognitive theory. Cognitive theory suggests that mental activities such as, for example, knowledge, perceptions, and ideas of individuals are important. There are many determinants of behavior. For example, political attitude. So, the example of cognitive theory is individuals interpret meaning of politics and then choose and decide the actions they will make. And the next is theory of symbolic interaction, which is that suggests that behaviors are products of communication, meaning, and symbols. Also, people give meanings to symbols and they express these meanings through language communication. For example, children develop their political attitudes according to the symbols and meanings that their parents communicate to them. So that is one of the examples. So let's go back to the institutional factors, which is the origin of political self. There are currently six that I have right now, which is family, school, church, peers, mass media or media, and lastly, which is government. So let's go first to the family. Family, which is the family has a hierarchical structure through hierarchy of positions, status, and power. For example, father acts as a leader and establishes rules to maintain order in the family. And this shows that authority is necessary in the development of political self and identity. So let's go to the next one, which is school. The school's responsibility is to teach moral, spiritual, and political values that will help the students to become patriotic and morally upright citizens. For example, for the school, which is ROTC, or which we call the Reserve Officers Training Corps. So the school is similar to family, where the teacher acts as the leader in classroom that sets the rules and regulation to maintain order in class. Let's go to church, which we know that the church is a holy place which we can go through, but people let's go. So church helps us shape ideals of citizenship and democracy through the religious teachings, values, and tradition. And also for the peers, which is interaction with the peers encompasses and emphasizes the equal distribution of power, rights, and privileges among members of the group. And next is mass media. It is the key to the source of information on politics, family, school, church, peers, and moral behaviors that influence political behavior and political self. And lastly, but not the least, which is government. Government provides frameworks and the environment for the exercise of rights and the fulfillment of social obligation. So I hope you see that the topic about, and thank you and God bless. Good night.
Developing a Filipino identity, values, traits, community, and institutional factors. Kapwa is a shared self, lies at the core of Filipino values and psychology. A person who treats another as a kapwa has a shared sense of identity and consciousness with other people. Strong emphasis is placed on social acceptance and maintaining social harmony. As such, social approval and caring about what others will think, say, or strongly influence social behavior. So there are three main orientation endangered by core of kapwa. So first one, Filipino loves to connect, especially to people. So most of people or Filipino are friendly. They treat other person as their kapwa. Two, Filipinos like to experience the multi-dimensional wholeness of life. And last, three, Filipinos are highly participatory. So, citizenship and democratic. Citizenship is the social legal link between individuals and their democratic political community. And their status of citizenship entails very important responsibilities and duties that must be fulfilled. If they're not democratic, is disabled. So, how does citizenship contribute to democratic? So, for example, an active promotes a active citizen promotes the quality of life in a community through both political and non-political process, developing a combination of knowledge, skills, values, and motivation to work to make a difference in their society.
Politics is a study of how people acquire and exercise power within a nation or community. It is also described as the ways in which authority is distributed within an organization and how interpersonal ties among co-workers affect this distribution. Nonetheless, a person's political identity is not just shaped by their political opinions or affiliation. Okay? One sense of responsibility should be demonstrated by active pursuing particular causes in politics. The idea of active citizenship is in line with this. Okay, democratic practice is active citizenship. Democracy should be considered as more than just a type of government It is a collective structure that gives people the power to decide for themselves in a way that makes them heard. So, people, including adolescents, participate in communal activities because it gives a sense of belonging in a particular group. Active citizenship is also linked to the sense of community. Engaged citizenship can help people feel more patriotic about their ethnicity and give their social groups problems a voice. So active citizenship can aid in the social development of the younger generation, or for us younger generation, becoming involved in such activities can also help us younger generation who are seen as the future leader of the society become more effective and competent in nation building initiatives, improves their value orientation and nurture virtue like justice, compassion, integrity, all of which are essential to a citizenship's overall growth.
Filipino traits, values traits community, and institutional factors. The Filipino culture had gone through a lot of developments. It is a mixture of both Eastern and Western cultures. Our main beliefs and traditions of pre-colonial Philippines were mainly an indigenous Malay heritage. The Malays had made a large contribution to our Philippine history. The Malay temperament plays a big factor of a Filipino personality that's best described as being nice and pleasant to others. I have some brief examples on the strength and weaknesses of the Filipino community. For the strength are the following: pakikipagkapwa-tao, family orientation, joy and humor, flexibility, adaptability, and creativity, hard work and industry, faith and religiosity, and ability to survive. All of the strength mentioned contribute a lot to our ability to survive. We have this proverb of saliwikain, matutong mamaluktot kapag maikli ang kumot, which simply means for me that despite of all the struggles we're facing, we always find a ways to survive and to have a better life. Having this positive mantra also keep us overcome whatever harsh economic crisis and social circumstances that happened, and also the bahala na mindset in where we were always willing to take the risk, willingness to work in other countries and face whatever consequence that may happen as long as we give our best. And for the weaknesses are the following: extreme personalism, extreme family centeredness, lack discipline, positivity of lack of initiative, colonial mentality, kanya-kanya syndrome, and lack of self-analysis and self-reflection. We Filipinos functions in the world by personally relating to things, events, and people. We're having difficulties in separate objectives, tasks from emotional involvement. We also have this kind of mindset in where if you have a better connection, you better in very transactions. One of our main problem as well is the graft and corruption due to our extreme personalism. Being family-oriented is yes, one of our strengths, but extreme self-centeredness is also its flaw. Extreme family-centeredness is manifested in our political system, where political dynasties is now a trend in the country. Lastly, is our lack of discipline characterized by an idiomatic expression, Filipino time. Filipinos are known to be always late. We arrive late or we start late.
Good day everyone, my name is Alfred Ikindao, BSMT1. In my understanding of a political self is by reflecting yourself relating to our national identity. It started within ourselves on how we view our role in the society where we belong. Therefore, it is our contributes as an individual and the civilizations we belong. So when we talk about the political self, especially when we are a particular group, there's a leadership. The role of the leader, you have a huge influence because as a leader in the society, there are the one who will ensure organize or well manage for the group to be succeed and so that that's the member will be motivated to follow us there to be guided by the leader. For me, having a great group is to have a democratic leader and a member who are cooperative, communicative, and who aim for the best for the good in society. Our political staffs also have an important role in our country, Philippines. As a Filipino citizen, I am aware that political has a huge or big influence to each individual, so therefore, I am following the rules and regulation or law that the government established for the sake of our country. In this way, I could tell that I'm conscious or aware that political influence me, that I obey in respecting the law. Thus, our culture are influencing the policy and our country and have a democratic country. For me, having a great group is to have a democratic leader and a member who are cooperative, communicative, and who aim for the best for the good in society. Our political staffs also have an important role in our country, Philippines. As a Filipino citizen, I am aware that political has a huge or big influence to each individual, so therefore, I am following the rules and regulation or law that the government established for the sake of our country. In this way, I could tell that I'm conscious or aware that political influence me, that I obey in respecting the law. Thus, our culture are influencing the policy and our country and have a democratic country.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Obero Jan Alvin P. from BSMT 1 Section 1-9. So my understanding about political self based on my opinion. So political self is an aspect of a person who considered laws or other political aspect as their political self. One can consider which are their rights are in jeopardy. So this will show a political position in every line with one's political interest. So there are four major example or good benefits about political self. So number one, we can see our culture in it. And number two, it makes our values clear. And number three, it determines how much we confirm. And the last one is it makes our manners clear.
Good day everyone, I'm here to report my topic. So, my topic is democracy and citizenship. Democracy and citizenship are closely related concepts. Democracy is a form of government in which the power is held by the people through free and fair elections. Citizenship, on the other hand, is the legal status of being a member of a particular country, with rights and responsibilities that come with that membership. In a democratic system, citizens have the right to participate in the political process through voting and engaging in public discourse. This means that citizens have a voice in how their government operates and what policies it pursues. In turn, democracy relies on an engaged and informed citizenry to function effectively. Citizenship also comes with responsibilities such as paying taxes, obeying laws, and serving on juries when called upon. These responsibilities ensure that citizens are active participants in their communities and are invested in the well-being of their fellow citizens. Democracy and citizenship are therefore essential components of a functioning society. By giving citizens a voice in their government and the tools to participate in the political process, democracy empowers people to shape their own future and work towards a common good.
My understanding the political self is side of person concerned with laws or other political futures. One may ask oneself which of the right are at rest. It will show which political stance will serve self-interest. For example, a person with a sexual preference whose national laws do not support his or her political sense of protecting those sexual rights may define it. Politics constitutes an aspect of society that is also concerned with the self of its rules or requirements on individuals within a given society. It can cause positive or negative feelings within a person, but there are places where the genders they want are there like they want they have their own laws on their genders and they are accepted.